photography lovers friends, how are you? I hope you are all doing well, because today I am very happy to be doing the first episode of this podcast called The Lens of My Life, in which we will be talking about the most important parts of the camera, and I will tell you how it was the first time I used a camera, who gave it to me, and how my love of photography was born. Let's start by showing you this camera that I have here. It's a Sony A58 SLR camera. With this camera I started doing photography and video work. First, I'm going to show you the body of the camera. We start from the top down. First, the on-off button, the flash, the hot shoe, the mode switch button, the menu button, the view switch button, the sound button, the ISO button, the shutter, the speed change dial, the button to record video, and the view adjustment, the light look button. This button has two functions. The first is to look the light point, and the second is to zoom in more the photos. This other button has three functions. The first is to compensate the exposure, and the second function is to change the aperture, and the third is to zoom lens. The function button, the view adjustment button, the shooting mode button, the white balance button, and the filters button, the digital display image display button, and help button, and image delay button. On the right side we have the SD card slot, the SD card. On the left, right, on the left side, the HDMI, HDMI, multi and microphone connections, and the connection for the remote shutter release. On the bottom, the battery compartment, and the input for a tripod or some other accessories. Objectives are used for different types of scenarios. A 50mm lens is called a fixed lens and is normally used for portrait photography, since this lens has no distortion in photography. They offer a natural perspective and a specific angle of view, and are ideal for a variety of applications, for portraits to landscape photography. Macro lenses are used for detailed photography of small objects and subjects, and are used in a variety of applications, from scientific and medical photography to product and jewelry photography. Well, now I will tell you how about my first camera. In 2015 I saved up to buy my first camera, but my budget wasn't enough for a new one, so I went to buy a camera at pawn shop. My uncle had recommended me to buy one because it was at a good price and it wasn't damaged. That's how I bought my first camera. I remember very well that it was a Sony DSC-H300, a compact semi-manual camera. The bad thing about that camera was that I couldn't change the lens, but I liked it a lot because it was very practical and had a very good optical zoom. With this camera I learned more about photography, but wait, that wasn't my first camera. When I was 11, we went on vacation to Oaxaca. I asked a lot for a camera. I honestly don't remember why, but it was probably because my dad had a video camera and every time we went on vacation he took it with him to record video whole trip. So when we were in the Zócalo of Oaxaca City, my parents got me a camera. It was one of those that used 35 photos rolls. I was very happy because I already had my camera, and every time we went on vacation I took it with me. I remember one time we went to a zoo and I spent a lot of time photographing the animals, but I didn't realize that I had used a full roll of film, so my photos came out overlapping. We found out when my dad arrived with the envelope of printed photographs, and he arrived angry because the photos had turned out wrong. And another time I remember very well that we went on an aquarium and I also took photos of the different fish there, but I didn't realize that there was a thing saying no to taking photos with flash. So they scolded me because I had taken a photo with flash. Since then I am always careful about using the flash, because not everywhere they allow to use the flash. Well, that was all for this chapter today. How good it felt to remember these moments where they were the first time using a camera. I hope this little introduction to the camera is useful to you, so that you can use it with better knowledge. The important thing is that you are not afraid to take photos. What I recommended is that you take photos, because that is the only way you will become more expert. Use the different modes of use and explore different ways of photography so that you have your own style. Thank you very much for watching this chapter and see you in the next video.